Elon Musk recently confronted Whoopi Goldberg in court, creating a media stir. The event sparked widespread attention, though details remain unclear. More updates soon.
In an unprecedented turn of events, Elon Musk has taken his long-running feud with Whoopi Goldberg to court, marking a dramatic escalation in their ongoing public battle. After months of accusations, bombshell files, and fiery online debates, Musk has filed a defamation lawsuit against the veteran TV host, alleging that Goldberg knowingly participated in a media campaign to discredit him. The courtroom showdown promises to be one of the most high-profile legal battles in recent history, with both sides prepared to stake their reputations on the outcome. With stakes higher than ever, the battle between the tech mogul and the media icon has moved from social media to the hallowed halls of justice, where the truth will finally be put to the test. The showdown begins. Whoopi Goldberg and Elon Musk face off. In a moment that stunned the world, Elon Musk, the tech mogul and CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, dropped a bombshell on Hollywood that no one saw coming. It all went down in a high-stakes courtroom showdown, a spectacle that could reshape the public perception of both Musk and one of Hollywood's most beloved figures, Whoopi Goldberg. The courtroom scene was charged with tension, filled with heavy anticipation as Musk presented his evidence. The reaction was swift as Goldberg sat before him, stunned, her face a portrait of disbelief. The seasoned TV host and comedian was left speechless, her emotions on full display as tears streamed down her face. In that moment, it became clear to everyone watching. Her career, her reputation, and her entire future might be in jeopardy. What exactly had Musk uncovered? What colossal Hollywood secret had remained buried for years? The shockwaves of this revelation were not just felt within the walls of the courtroom, but across the globe. It wasn't just another legal dispute. This was a battle for the very truth itself. The trial would soon unveil a narrative that many had tried to keep hidden, a narrative filled with betrayal, manipulation, and a fight over control of information in the age of social media. A tense history, the Musk versus Goldberg feud. To understand the magnitude of the courtroom clash, we need to go back a few years. The tension between Whoopi Goldberg and Elon Musk had been brewing for quite some time. Both figures were known for their outspoken views on society, culture, and, particularly, free speech. Goldberg, an iconic comedian and co-host of The View, had never shied away from voicing her opinions on political matters and the direction she believed society should take. Her forthright nature earned her a loyal following, but also provoked considerable backlash from those who disagreed with her stance. Elon Musk, on the other hand, had made his mark as one of the most influential and controversial figures in the world of technology. As the head of companies like Tesla and SpaceX, Musk had long been an advocate for free speech, albeit a very specific version of it, one where every individual's voice was heard without any form of censorship. His purchase of Twitter in 2022, later rebranded as X, had stirred a firestorm of debate regarding the future of the social media platform. Musk's approach to platform moderation, his drastic firing of thousands of employees, and his bold decisions to rework Twitter's policies drew sharp criticism from individuals like Goldberg, who felt that Musk's brand of free speech was damaging to the public discourse. Their ideological clash came to a head during a The View episode where Goldberg openly criticized Musk's handling of Twitter. She expressed concerns that the platform, which had once been a space for nuanced debate, was rapidly descending into chaos. "I don't know what he's trying to do, but it's not helping anybody," Goldberg remarked, her frustration palpable. She further lambasted Musk's decisions, particularly his choice to sell Twitter's blue-check verification for a mere $8. "This is just commercializing falsehoods," Goldberg said, accusing Musk of enabling impersonations and eroding the integrity of the platform. Goldberg's critiques didn't stop there. She accused Musk of stifling the press by suspending journalists' accounts and allowing misinformation to flourish. Her condemnation was clear. "This isn't about free speech. This is about control," she declared. "And if we don't call it out now, we're giving him the power to silence whoever he wants." This fiery criticism sparked a media frenzy. Goldberg's words rippled through the digital landscape, with supporters rallying behind her while her detractors, including Musk himself, prepared for retaliation. Musk strikes back, the cryptic tweets and legal threats. It didn't take long for Musk to fire back. Known for his provocative social media presence, Musk took to Twitter to respond to Goldberg's public condemnation. His first tweet was a direct jab at the actress. "Some people pretend to be the voice of morality, but they're just protecting their own interests." Although Musk didn't explicitly name Goldberg, the message was clear to anyone paying attention. The billionaire had entered the ring, and he wasn't backing down. Musk's next tweet sent shockwaves through the social media landscape. He cryptically declared, "I have receipts." The phrase instantly went viral. What did Musk mean by receipts? Was he implying that he had evidence to disprove Goldberg's accusations? The internet buzzed with speculation. What exactly was he hinting at? The anticipation of what these so-called receipts could be was palpable. Was it just an empty threat? Or did Musk truly have something that could turn the tide in this ideological battle? As the days went by, Musk's hints grew more frequent. He posted another cryptic tweet. "Soon, the truth will be revealed. Stay tuned." With those words, the media and public alike were left in suspense, wondering if Musk would actually follow through on his cryptic claims. The drama surrounding the feud reached its boiling point when Musk announced that he would take the matter to court. The decision to involve the legal system elevated the conflict to a new level. This was no longer just a public spat on social media. This was now a full-blown courtroom battle, where Musk would present his evidence to the world. The courtroom showdown. Musk's revelation. When the day of the trial finally arrived, the atmosphere was electric. The courtroom was filled with a sense of anticipation, with reporters from every corner of the globe stationed to cover the showdown. In one corner stood Elon Musk, the tech billionaire with a reputation for playing hardball. In the other stood Whoopi Goldberg, a Hollywood icon whose career was now hanging in the balance. Musk, always calm and calculated, presented his evidence, emails, messages, and documents that he claimed would expose Goldberg's alleged role in a massive media manipulation campaign. Goldberg sat in stunned silence as the evidence was revealed. The contents of the documents were mind-boggling. Emails from Hollywood insiders discussing secretive meetings about how to manipulate public opinion regarding Musk's business ventures, messages from well-known media personalities praising Goldberg's critiques of Musk, and financial figures that seemed to point to a coordinated effort to damage Musk's reputation. The documents suggested that Goldberg had played a central role in a broader strategy to undermine Musk and his companies. The evidence was undeniable and devastating. For Goldberg, the impact of these revelations was immediate. She trembled in the courtroom, struggling to hold herself together. Her face turned pale as she realized that her public persona, the very foundation of her career, was being attacked with such force. Her supporters in the room looked on with disbelief, unsure how to process the scale of the situation unfolding before them. Goldberg's tears spoke volumes. The weight of the accusations was crushing, and for the first time she seemed vulnerable, exposed. The larger battle, Musk versus Goldberg, as a symbol of free speech. While the legal proceedings were unfolding, the implications of the case extended far beyond the courtroom. What began as a personal feud between two powerful figures had grown into a larger symbol of the battle over free speech, media influence, and the power dynamics that define modern society. For many, the lawsuit wasn't just about Musk and Goldberg. It was about a larger clash between those who believed in the unbridled freedom of speech, as Musk did, and those who thought there should be limitations to prevent harm and misinformation, as Goldberg did. Musk's supporters, many of whom were prominent figures in the tech world, rallied around him, praising his commitment to preserving free speech on platforms like X. Figures like David Sachs, a close friend of Musk, posted messages of support, arguing that the establishment media would always try to discredit those who challenge them. The broader ideological war over media control and censorship was now in full swing. Musk's decision to sue Goldberg was no longer just a matter of personal vendettas. It was a statement about the future of speech and truth in an increasingly polarized world. Goldberg, on the other hand, had a significant following of her own. She was, after all, not just a comedian, but a cultural icon. Her words held weight, and for many of her fans, the accusations against her were nothing short of a smear campaign designed to silence critics of powerful tech moguls like Musk. As the trial continued, the media became divided. Some sided with Musk, arguing that his evidence was irrefutable, while others believed that Goldberg was being unfairly targeted. The Musk versus Goldberg saga, a battle for truth and power. The dramatic conflict between Elon Musk and Whoopi Goldberg had been brewing in the public eye for weeks, but it reached a boiling point when Musk took to X, formerly known as Twitter, to tease what he promised would be a bombshell. Musk's post sent waves across social media, triggering an immediate response. In just under an hour, the online community split into two factions: those fiercely backing Musk and his claims, and those rallying behind Goldberg, convinced the tech mogul was simply dodging criticism. This was not just another celebrity feud or political squabble. What was about to unfold seemed like something bigger: a war of narratives, a clash between two media giants, and an existential battle for truth, power, and public perception. The stakes were high. Would the bombshell Musk hinted at expose a vast conspiracy against him, orchestrated by powerful forces in the media? Or was this all a carefully crafted distraction to deflect from Musk's own mounting controversies? Within moments, the social media landscape was overwhelmed with a frenzy of speculation. Musk's supporters believed that he was on the verge of unveiling earth-shaking evidence that would change the way the public viewed the media. They argued that powerful elites had been systematically working to undermine Musk, using figures like Whoopi Goldberg to further their agenda. As these rumors spread like wildfire, the question on everyone's mind was, what was in these mysterious files, and could they finally prove Musk's long-standing accusations of media bias? The allegations and the leaked files. A few hours after Musk's cryptic post, anonymous sources began leaking fragments of information that added fuel to the fire. One of the most striking claims was that Musk had evidence of a coordinated campaign by certain media outlets, influencers, and public figures to take him down. According to these leaks, there was a network of powerful figures pulling the strings behind the scenes, and Musk was on the verge of exposing them all. An anonymous X account claiming to have insider knowledge weighed in, alleging that the media's attack on Musk had been systematic and well organized. While the account's legitimacy remained unverified, the message sent shockwaves through the public. In parallel, an exclusive report surfaced, further feeding the narrative that there was a covert effort to discredit Musk. The report suggested that a shadowy network of influencers had been working to smear Musk's reputation, with one prominent name frequently coming up: Whoopi Goldberg. As the theories and accusations swirled, the public was left grappling with an unsettling question. Was Goldberg a mere pawn in a larger game, or was she a willing participant in an orchestrated effort to target Musk? For the first time, people began to see Goldberg not just as a TV personality and outspoken public figure, but as a potentially key player in a wider conspiracy against the billionaire entrepreneur. The deeper the investigation into these files went, the murkier the narrative became. Whoopi Goldberg's growing role. Until this point, Goldberg had largely been seen as a straightforward media personality. As a co-host on The View, she had become a fixture of daytime television, known for her blunt, no-nonsense opinions on a variety of topics. Her political commentary, while often controversial, had rarely attracted the kind of intense scrutiny that now seemed inevitable. Goldberg had built a career around unapologetically voicing her opinions on race, gender, and politics, earning her both staunch admirers and vocal detractors. However, as rumors of Musk's bombshell files began to circulate, some observers began to reframe Goldberg's public persona. Could it be that Goldberg was not just expressing her personal views on Musk, but was instead unknowingly or deliberately working in concert with others to undermine him? Was she simply a pawn, or had she been a willing participant in this larger campaign? It was a question that captured the imagination of the public and sent social media into overdrive. Up until now, Goldberg had publicly portrayed herself as someone who merely expressed her thoughts, free from any hidden motives. But, with the release of Musk's cryptic post, new questions emerged. Could Goldberg, a powerful figure in the media herself, be tied to a larger network, working to discredit Musk? These questions, though unsubstantiated, were enough to fuel a growing wave of online conspiracy theories, and they began to dominate discussions on forums like Reddit, X, and even TikTok. The silence that spoke volumes. Amid all this speculation, Goldberg kept her silence. She neither confirmed nor denied the rumors. However, in a recent episode of her show, she made a cryptic remark that only added to the growing mystery. "People can say whatever they want," Goldberg stated. "But at the end of the day, the truth is the truth." While this statement didn't directly address the controversy, it was enough to keep the public guessing. Was Goldberg hinting that there was more to the story than met the eye? Or was she simply deflecting the growing pressure? As Musk's hints about the bombshell continued to capture the world's attention, he made another tantalizing statement on X. "There is no greater power than the truth." This bold declaration seemed to signal that Musk was preparing to make a major move that would reveal the hidden forces working against him. Whether the public believed his accusations or not, it was clear that Musk was ready to escalate the conflict. The unveiling of the bombshell files. When Musk finally released the files, the response was immediate and explosive. Instead of providing the clarity that many had hoped for, the bombshell files sparked even more confusion and debate. The files contained an assortment of documents, communications, and social media posts, but they were heavily redacted and lacked clear proof of any orchestrated conspiracy. Despite this, Musk's supporters were quick to praise the files, seeing them as undeniable proof of a media campaign against him. On the other hand, Goldberg's defenders dismissed the files as nothing more than an elaborate distraction. They argued that the release of these files was Musk's way of deflecting attention from his own mounting controversies. Some even suggested that Musk was trying to shift the public narrative away from his management of Tesla and SpaceX, both of which had come under increased scrutiny in recent months. The situation soon devolved into an all-out war of words on social media. X, Reddit, and TikTok became virtual battlegrounds, with Musk's fans clashing with Goldberg's supporters in heated debates. Some Musk supporters believed that the files proved a vast, coordinated effort to bring him down, with Goldberg playing an unwitting or complicit role in the plot. A user on X wrote, "Elon has been saying this all along. The media is corrupt, and Whoopi is just another puppet in their game." Meanwhile, Goldberg's fans were equally vocal in their defense. They accused Musk of manufacturing drama to avoid dealing with the legitimate criticisms directed at him. One particularly passionate Goldberg supporter fired back, "Musk is just mad because Whoopi called him out. This is nothing but a rich man's tantrum." The corporate and legal backlash. As the online discourse raged on, the controversy surrounding Goldberg's role took on an even more serious dimension. According to insider reports, some sponsors of Goldberg's unnamed show began expressing concern over the potential damage the controversy could do to their brands. Major companies, including Procter & Gamble and others, quietly reached out to Goldberg's team, signaling their unease with the growing drama. A marketing executive, speaking anonymously, told the press, "We support free speech, but we also have to consider our brand's reputation. We are closely monitoring the situation." This intervention from corporate sponsors raised the specter of a larger fallout. Could Goldberg lose her role as a host? Would she be forced to step down if the controversy continued to escalate? For many, the notion of corporate interests influencing the outcome of a media battle added another layer of intrigue to the situation. Whoopi Goldberg breaks her silence. After days of growing pressure, Goldberg finally broke her silence. In a candid interview with a major TV network, she directly addressed the allegations and the uproar surrounding Musk's claims. "Look," she said, "I have nothing to do with whatever conspiracy theory Musk is trying to push. This is ridiculous. People have opinions, and I shared mine. That's it. I didn't collude with anyone. I didn't plan anything." Goldberg's firm denial only deepened the divide between the two sides. Musk's supporters continued to accuse her of dodging accountability, while her fans rallied behind her, claiming she was being unfairly attacked. The situation reached a fever pitch when Goldberg made a defiant statement. "I don't care what Musk says. He can do whatever he wants, but he will not silence me." This bold declaration sent shockwaves through the media, turning up the heat on the already explosive controversy. The legal and political fallout. With the drama continuing to unfold, some speculated that the conflict could escalate into a full-blown legal battle. Musk's supporters fantasized about a blockbuster defamation lawsuit, which they believed would expose the truth once and for all. However, many legal experts were skeptical that Musk would take such a step. Defamation lawsuits are notoriously difficult to win, especially when it comes to public figures like Musk and Goldberg. To succeed, Musk would need to prove that Goldberg's statements were not only false, but also caused serious reputational harm. In the legal world, such cases are fraught with risks. A lawsuit could force both Musk and Goldberg to disclose private details that neither party would want exposed. As one anonymous attorney told the Washington Post, "If Musk really wanted to sue, he would have done it already. Right now, it looks like he's just using public pressure to shift the narrative in his favor." Meanwhile, politicians began weighing in on the saga. Some free speech advocates, particularly within the Republican Party, sided with Musk, claiming that the media was controlled by elites who were trying to silence dissenting voices like his. Conversely, some Democrats rallied behind Goldberg, decrying Musk's efforts as an attempt to stifle the voice of a prominent black woman in the media. The media's role in the conflict. As the battle between Musk and Goldberg reached new heights, other media figures began to feel the heat. Journalists from major outlets like the New York Times, CNN, and Fox News were scrutinized for their past coverage of Musk and Goldberg. Rumors spread that Musk might even target these journalists in a legal action, further complicating the narrative. Ultimately, the saga became more than just a clash between two individuals. It was a reflection of the larger media landscape, one where the line between truth, perception, and power is constantly shifting. Would Musk's bombshells continue to rock the world of media and public opinion? Or would Goldberg emerge victorious, able to weather the storm and emerge unscathed? The answer was far from clear, but one thing was certain. This conflict had changed the media landscape forever, forcing everyone to question what they knew about the forces shaping the narratives around them.